Good evening, everybody. Matt Geary here for Geek Pride's Geek Pride. Do you know what? I do this every time. I've got how I'm going to say it, and I mess it up every time. But yeah, Geek Pride's Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaign, The Legend of Our Sacrifice. We're on session 13. With me, we have Danny as Glandra Rivenstar.
Hi, guys.
We have Michael as Tharaval.
Hey, guys.
We have Wes as Valashil Nostius.
Hello, everyone.
We have Dave as Thomas Moonstar.
Evening all.
Mark as Lance.
I can't make any promises about how messy tonight's going to be.
And Pete as Draken.
Good evening, everyone.
And we also have RJ Heal, savior of the stream last week, for letting me know that my microphone.
Sure that you're not muted.
Yeah, my microphone's definitely on this time round.
He's been watching our watching our Axis and Allies as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he jumped on the Axis and Allies yesterday. RJ Hale, welcome, sir. He says, "Good evening, adventurers. May your tankards thrive of blood of your enemies." Oh yeah. Well, again, we were meant to do some downtime stuff, but we never really kind of got to it. So we're kind of at the gates of Taunt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you over to this. And this is probably going to be the extent of your map. It's just going to be Theatre of the Mind, ladies and gentlemen. Theatre of the Mind. Okay, let me just move. Why is that?
A couple of us have been to Taunt before, yes?
Yes.
I've been to Taunt because we went to the library.
Yeah.
Dave?
Yeah.
Tom's has been.
Yeah.
Was it just? Yeah, it was just those two that went, wasn't it?
No, I was there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Val went, yeah.
Poor Val.
Poor Val.
I'm just
Well,
forgettable.
Blame me,
No,
brain.
No, that's okay. You know where you stand.
Blame me, brain.
Challenging me to duels, I remember.
You're just jealous. You're just upset because you beat the crap out of you.
Remember.
She didn't beat me, alright? She used dirty
Witchcraft.
witch magic.
Witchcraft.
She beat you.
You knew exactly
Unholy magic.
You knew what I had when I entered that duel. I beat you fair
Sorry, is that
and
the
square.
darkness talking, or is that Glandra?
Oh god. Oh god.
We're getting off to a good start here,
We'll
aren't
start
we?
another fight at the front of the gate.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. We've got.
Let's hear it.
I would never.
Let's go, please.
Um.
Listen, the one who picks fight is Draken, not you guys. Come on, I've got a reputation to live up to.
Competition as well.
You're stepping on my bit of the sector, you know. Come on, let me start the fight.
You can't
You
have
guys
a
stop
monopoly
it.
on starting fights.
You can start them. I'll finish them.
Are you starting a fight?
God, what's going on?
No.
You start them. I'll be over there.
All right, I'm trying to get us some sort of city music here at the minute in time, but RJ Hale says, "Got to get my D&D on." I run a Saturday's game with Gullen Raid Gaming. On Sundays, obviously, Adventurers West Haven campaign. All right, so okay, so for everybody who was watching last week, or who got my sort of
Backtrack.
yeah, my shortened version on the stream. Basically, they've finished up at the battlefield. They've Lady Taunt and the rest of the army, and the general have gone sort of south towards the war memorial to sort of bury the dead. Basically, our adventurers have decided to move north towards Taunt because Draken would like to see a seer, and Tharaval wants to go after Sir Tristan. So we're basically at the gates, and let me just see if I'm just trying to see if we've got some sort of half decent music here. That's sort of tavern music. Yeah, why not? Tavern music. That'll do.
The hustle and bustle of the market.
There we go. Okay, so you've got to the gate. We did a little bit of RP in the Discord chat. Again, if anybody wants to look at the sort of in between sessions chat, check our Discord out. It's in there. But you've got to the gates of Taunt. This is one of the main cities of Balon, and it's late. Obviously, the gates are closed. You've called up. One of the guards has called down. Who goes there? And you've basically said, "It's us. We just want a battle. Let us in." And they're like, whoa. And sort of you've had a bit of a sort of discussion to let them in, to let yourselves in. Then Galandra's basically produced Huthway's being, and this sort of kind of, sort of light has emitted from it, and everybody's kind of gone, all right, oh shit, yeah, maybe it is them. They've let you in. You're at the gates. The guards are pretty much kind of going, so where is Lady Taunt? Where's the army? What happened? Sort of, you got people sort of kind of, looking for news, basically. So we'll go from that point. So you've got guard, watch captain, what did I name him? Lucas. Watch Captain Lucas has basically said, "What of Lady Taunt? And what of the battle? What happened? Tell us."
We were victorious, but there was a bloody cost.
And what of Lady Taunt?
Lady Taunt is unharmed. She is keeping her existing promises and paying respects to the dead, and the general has gone with her along with the remnants of the army.
Yeah. And why have you come to Taunt and not with them?
We were released from our duties in order to pursue other things that we have commitments towards, and to follow up some other promises that we have made to the lady.
We paid our respects in other ways, but they were honoured.
Okay, so yeah, he's happy enough with that. I'll not make you roll or anything. He's happy enough with that. So he basically says to you, if you're looking for a place to stay, then there's Sir Alistair's Rest in the Old District. Tell them Watch Captain Lucas sent you there, and they'll give you good food and board for a reasonable price.
Thank you.
So, as you can see, the sort of kind of city's sort of broken up into sort of kind of 6 sections. You've got the main citadel, where obviously the seat of Sir Alistair and the Taunts is. You've got the old district, the castle ward, different areas which you can go to. The old district is where, in and around where the temple was, where Val and Galandra would have been for. Actually, no, I lie. It would have been. Oh, that bloody dog. Just trying to start, my dog starts kicking off, trying to waken up your child. Danny.
Yeah, I'll be upstairs for half an hour.
Berthy woman up. Gosha's going to get him now. Well, there you go. All right, so it's technically the old district, but it's sort of the northern end of the old district towards this castle ward is where the temple and where you sort of that sort of big square or that big sort of open place near the castle wards where you did your speech to get the guards and the soldiers to join you for the Battle of Silkside. I'll see a little draw. I'll draw something in here. I'll need to. Where is it? Just freehand. That'll do.
Where was the square that I did my speech at?
Yeah,
in that middle dot bit.
Yeah,
to the right of the two.
A bit above that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's sort of kind of where you did your sort of kind of little speech. The place where you would, you could potentially be staying is about here. is about there. When you've gone in here, did you go to a library? You went to a library?
Yeah, we did. We went to the big Taunt library.
Yeah, the library is there. So you've got the library there. You've got sort of one of the sort of main sort of places to stay there. And pretty much, it's a main city. It's going to have pretty much anything you kind of need or want to look for. It's up to you kind of what you want to do. It is quite late. It's taken you about half a day to get there. It was already pretty late as it was, so a lot of stuff is going to be closed at this moment in time.
Have we actually fully rested yet?
Not really.
We've leveled up. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, just in character, they haven't actually sat down much yet.
No. So you are currently at this gate here. So you're. It's not the it's the way this sort. It should be sort of kind of turned slightly, but it's effectively the southern gate. So you're here, coming.
Might I suggest that we take the hint and go to the inn to rest up? I don't know about you, but I think it's probably well deserved by now.
Okay.
I need a rest.
I, for one, need time to study.
One question, Matt. Where is that seer that was promised, offered to Draken?
Doogie Howser? Yeah, you gotta find him.
Yeah, Doogie Howser.
You've got to find Doogie Howser.
So she told me.
Say that again?
Oh, I was told. Oh well, Draken was told where.
She just told you he was in Taunt.
Okay.
I don't think he told you exactly where he was. He just said that he's in Taunt. There's, go and see Doogie Howser in Taunt. I don't think she gave you a position. Okay. Pretty sure she didn't give you a position. Okay, so is that what you are doing? Are you all going towards the...
I think it's time for some room and board.
Yeah? Okay. As you're sort of kind of walking in, the sort of watch captain sort of looks at your automaton and not the newly acquired shield.
Yeah, you got that
Golem.
thing falling.
Yeah, the golem, basically. And have you named it or anything yet, by the way, Thomas?
Oh, I haven't yet.
Yeah, okay. Well, he sort of kind of looks at it and says, that can't come in. That needs to stay outside.
Can you chain it to a wall like a dog? Put a collar on it.
Sit.
Nacho.
Stay.
Just lie and say it's one of the new statues for the city.
You can try and persuade him to come in, but he's quite an imposing. He's quite an imposing thing, and he's definitely not going to be able to stay in the inn. So,
if I leave him at the gate, will you keep watch over him?
Oh, of course, master. Of course, we will.
I thank you. I'll command. I assume I can give it commands and tell it what to do.
Yeah, you can give it commands and tell it what to do.
I'll tell him to stand and keep watch over the gate.
It makes a sad waterly noise.
It's like the Iron Joan.
Okay.
I was cried at that film.
Yeah. So you're all going there then? You're sort of all going towards the towards
Yeah, doing all that together.
Okay, so you basically start making your way down the main what looks like the main sort of kind of market street in Taunt. You do know there is sort of gas lights and stuff around you, so it's not super well lit, but it's well enough lit for you to kind of see that there are sort of kind of shops to either side as you sort of make your way down the main road here. I need you all to give me a roll on perception.
Oh,
Yay!
hold on, I'm coming.
What a surprise.
Okay. Tharaval notices in the corner of he sort of kind of notices in the corner of his eye, you've got a sort of little group of a little group of sort of street urchins, sort of in one of the alleys and stuff. They seem to be sort of kind of shadowing you as you're walking along the streets.
I thought I'd take advantage of having the archer as well, seeing as she has perception +5.
Oh yeah, I sort of forgot about your archer as well. Yeah, you got your archer. So are you going to make, are you going to say anything to them, or are you just going to let them sort of follow you?
Tharavel turns to the rest of the group now. I believe we're being followed. Then puts his hood up and vanishes into the darkness. Too.
All right, give us a stealth check then. All right.
Thomas, I do not suggest your new favorite spell.
Okay. You sort of kind of disappear off into the shadows in the corner. As the rest of you sort of start moving up. These kids sort of they kind of mob you. They sort of kind of run out, and they're all sort of going, it's the heroes of Silkside. Oh my god! And they're sort of like, can I touch your armor? And they're literally all over you, sort of like touching you, asking you silly questions. There's easily sort of like 15, 20 of them. 15
I
or
feel, gentlemen and ladies, check your purses.
Yeah.
There's easily 15 or 20 of them. Let me just check. They're there. Okay, bear with me one. RJ Heal, check your pockets. Okay, so I need to do a couple of rolls here. Bear with me 1 minute.
Would it be totally barbaric to just choose athletics and just do like a freaking backflip out of the mob?
Well, I was going to start swatting them away.
I actually thought you were gonna punch a child. Not even gonna lie, Danny. I thought you were gonna say you're gonna punch a child.
Okay. Let me just see here.
I try and take my money, I will.
How many of you are there altogether? There are
8 if you include Gregor.
Oh yeah, Gregor, the ever forgetful Gregor. You forget about Gregor.
Actually, possibly 9 if you include Mule Brynner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about you, Mule Brynner. What's good? What? Yeah, okay. So there's 9. So there's 5. I'll give us 4 more.
Am I included in that roll?
Oh yeah, sorry. It should be it. Okay, I'll take. So we're birth in 1 minute. So there is. Let me do a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that 6 is gone. So we'll take that 6 off. All right. So, 1, 2. Okay. Right, Tharvel, I need you to give me a perception check. Bear with me 1 minute while
I get advantage on perceptions, but I don't. It's perception checks on me when I've got my hood up.
No. Okay. So yeah, okay. You don't really notice well, no, I lie. Let me just try to think how this is going to work. If you're being pickpocketed, let me see what your perception rolls were. No, it was just not. Okay, I tell you what. Give me a. Ooh, what's her roll? It's not going to be. It's going to be perception. Is it going to be in perception, or is it going to be insight?
Dexterity.
It's not going to be dexterity because you're not.
Insight is basically trying to figure out their intent.
Yeah. I think you sort of understand that they're probably there to try and pick. I think you're worldly enough to know. It's just if they and I'm just sort of saying if you notice that things get taken from you, basically.
I think insight could work because you're paying attention to them to see what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Give me. Right. So let me just check here.
The only thing I would say is that if I've sort of perceived the fact that they're following us, and I've sort of purposely, intently sort of.
That's why you're allowed to
yeah, I understand that, but then would I have the advantage on the roll because I'm actually intentionally sort of
studying?
You know, if that makes sense. I'm just trying to argue for an advantage here to make life
Is he too drunk?
No, I'm just sort of trying to think about this and stuff. All right, because there's lots of them. You're not going to be able to see all of them. So I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll give you the advantage on half the party. So there is 1, 2, 3. Basically, I'll do it the top rolls and the bottom roll because there's basically 2 successes here. So give me a. Birthday 1 month. 1, 2. That doesn't really matter. One of the you're going to see one of them, and you're not going to see the other. I think. I'll give you if you roll me a d6. If you get a 6, you can see both of them. Otherwise, the first one, 1 to 3, you'll see the top. You'll see the top one, and 4 or 5, you'll see the bottom one. No. Okay. Okay. So you notice that in sort of part of the group that is around. And who are these people going to be? So there's 9 of yous. I'm just going to have to assign random numbers to yous, aren't I? So I'll do a D10. Okay. So Galandra, you're number 10. You'll be number 9. That's you, Lance. You are number 2. So keep your numbers. So keep a track of your numbers. Yeah. 2.
How long have they been around us? Are we allowed to say anything to them or anything like that?
Just press on it. 7. That's you, Val. Dave, you are number 1. Number 1. Pete, you are not number 1 again. Do it again. You're number 6. Gregor, I'm going to say, is number 4. The Archer is number 3. And that's everybody, isn't it?
Mulebrenner.
Yeah.
Mulebrenner is number. Have I missed the number 8? Number 8. So somebody got a list there, just sort of.
I've got my own. I didn't write down.
Yeah, I didn't write
Got my own.
All right, let's just write these all down then, shall we? Just sort of, my slightly inebriated state has made my numbers. So
Who was number 1?
Danny's 9. Who was number 2?
Me.
So it's
Dave was
Danny.
1.
Archer was number 3.
Wait, let me just do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
He's writing this and just going off the page in his drunk state.
Danny. So number 8 was
Mulebrenner.
the mule. Number 7.
Val.
Val.
I was number 6, wasn't I?
Yeah, Val. 6.
It was was it Greg?
Gregor 7. Greg. Drac. Oh my God. Draken's 7. All right. Draken.
How many people does it take to assign numbers?
Yeah, 5. Who was number 5?
Gregor, was it?
Gregor. In the end, we'll just do it, whatever these are, because I'm not. Number 4. Just throw me a name, and I'll just put their name. Archer. Number 3.
No idea. That was the archer before.
Give me another one then.
Christ.
Give me another one. Who hasn't been?
Go for Lance.
Lance.
2.
Doesn't matter. Lance is 3 now. 2. It's Thomas.
This is almost as bad as taking out 2 sessions to cross a bloody river.
And number 1 is. Have I missed anybody? Galandra.
I thought I was 9.
You're number what? Oh yeah, you're on number 9. What's fuck?
So there's number 9 and 7 I've got missing here. So I've got 1 Galandra, 2 Thomas, 3 Lance, 4 Archer, 5
I was 9.
Gregor,
Yeah,
6
and I was 1.
Val.
Right,
I was 9
it doesn't.
and Dave was
All
1.
right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to. So basically.
No more wine for Matt.
No more wine for Matt. I was watching The Expanse and I was getting really into it. And I was just like, I'm drinking wine. I'm watching The Expanse. It's awesome. Okay, so it doesn't matter because. All right, so the kids sort of like scatter around you, and they sort of kind of they giggle. Now, are you saying anything about seeing anything that you notice? You notice that they're trying to steal off Gregor Tharval. So you notice that Gregor is sort of like he's sitting there, he's young and naive, he's not really paying attention, and you notice that one of the kids is sort of kind of putting his hand in his bag.
Can I grab the boy's hand and in a Christian Slater tone saying, "Nothing there but trouble, boy."
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to roll me intimidation?
No.
You can have advantage because you just sort of stuck up on him.
Double 1.
I've got something that I want to do when Farrell's done his thing.
You want to punch a child?
No, I'm not going to punch a child.
Wants to punch all the children.
I'm gonna need to try and.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna need to try and work on using deception more often. I should have said approached and said, "Your master is watching you."
Yeah.
These
So
people are not to be robbed.
the child sort of kind of looks at you, and then. Kicks you in the kicks you in the balls and and runs off. He literally like square knocks you right in the cojones, in the balls.
Do I take any hit points of damage
I
for
was going to
that?
say,
I'm not-
take damage for that.
I'll not because you're under arrest now. It doesn't matter. But he basically floors you. He literally, you come up, you grab him. He sort of kind of looks at you and then just square fucking kicks you right in the balls.
Are all the rest of the kids all still around us?
They've sort of gone like as he sort of kind of had at Tharval. He's the rest of them have basically scarpered the other ways.
Where's my fun?
Uh,
I appear to have lost more than everybody else.
I was gonna make it rain on them all.
Yeah, well they've buggered off now. So yeah, Tharval obviously has noted that somebody's trying to steal something. So when he composes himself, he's more than welcome to tell you. Otherwise, all you've seen is him appear and this child kick him in the balls.
They were trying to rob us.
Oh, God. Everybody
check your possessions. Check your belongings.
Check your packs. Look for holes.
Pats himself down, make sure he's still got everything.
Okay.
And chucks down Mulebrenner.
Will pat himself down where it matters to check they're both there.
Lost. He thinks it's a correct.
Yeah,
You've lost one.
Oh, man. It's really
I need to check something here.
Hey Valishul, I think our friend here needs lay on hands.
Alright, get him out. Let's check for lumps.
bad, please.
Oh god, amazing. Let me just check.
You were the drunk one, Matt. Remember?
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so I just need to check on Galandra's sheet.
Oh dear, what are you doing?
You didn't make it rain quick enough.
Freaky
Okay.
when you do that, it just appears on my screen what you're doing.
Okay, so, right. I want you to roll me a. Let me just check something. Oh wait, stop messing around with that. I'm looking.
Well, it's weird. You're on my screen.
Yeah, no, but I'm looking at it. Okay, so give me. All right, give me a D20 roll. I just want to see basically what they've stolen from you.
Why me?
Because you were that was your number. You were allocated number 9. Number 9 got the 20. So
I was revised.
You were arguing for number 9.
you were arguing from number 9. You got number 9. So they've stolen from you.
I scribbled 9 out and put 1 because you told me I was 1.
You're number 9. So they've stolen from you. Roll me a D20. Number 10. All right. So you haven't lost anything super important. You haven't lost Huthway's Bane or anything. You've lost 1, 2, 3.
Can one of those little kids trying to run off sneakily with that bloody great big sword under their arm?
You've lost your amulet of deception.
These little kids are going to be making
You
feet now.
joking?
Yeah. So the item that Lady Taunt gave you, that little bugger's gone and stolen, taken it off you. So basically, you've gone down. You've been all sort of like, oh look, children, and he's gone, oh, love you, and then gone clink, taken it and fucked off after Tharavol's taken a shot to the balls.
You didn't give me a fucking chance to do anything. And we were just standing there getting robbed. We had no say in the matter.
Well, you
That's how
did.
these
That's what the rules were for.
I didn't.
That's
do
how
it.
it works. If
Roll.
you,
That's what your rules were for. So he sort of buggered off into the alleyways with your amulet of deception.
Can I run after him, please?
I'm
not joking.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to roll me a? Oh, what's it going to be to decide what some? Yeah, give me a perception roll. Just give me another perception roll. 14. No, you don't see where he's going.
I'm still gonna keep running.
Okay, so where are you going? Which direction are you going to? Where are you going to? You are currently about.
my fucking amulet.
You're currently about here.
Well,
Which direction are you going?
I asked Starvol which direction they came from. Well, but you saw them. So
All right,
you
so
would
he's
know.
seen them, and he's seen them in that alleyway to the north. He saw them in the alleyway to the north, but they've scattered in all directions.
You don't want me to have this fucking amulet.
It's not that. It's just
the way it works.
it's the way it works.
Right, I'll go up the alleyway then.
I
Bye.
just love that it's the amulet Lady Taunt gave you as well, and you've got to
Could it
lost
be?
it.
You could have taken anything.
Dude, it's the roll of the dice. I'm not doing this on
I'm gonna go
purpose.
the
I
alleyway.
rolled the dice, and that was it.
I shout and go, "Oi, get here!" and run up the alleyway.
Right, there is sort of like, because the children have sort of kind of ran off in different directions. One has, gone up in that direction. He's not wearing plate armor or, he's a small child, so he's pretty nimble and fast.
I'm an elf. I'm fast.
But you're wearing full armor. You're,
Strong elf woman. I can run in armor.
you're,
Anything you can do, I can do in heels.
all right, okay. Right, so you're running off in this direction in the middle of the evening. What are the rest of you doing?
Draken's following and to assist in the chase.
Okay, so Draken's going up there as well. What are the rest of you?
I'm going to stay and keep an eye on Tharavel while he finishes coffee.
Okay, who's looking after Mule Brenner, by the way, Draken? Are you bringing the mule with you?
Further range to Lance.
Yeah, he might.
Further lead.
I'm gonna have so much fun with this. Okay.
If you'd chosen anything else, I probably wouldn't have gone.
It was the dice, man. I did it. It was the dice. It could have been easily his ways being, but I'm just saying it's the dice.
I'd have been like, oh, I don't know. Maybe you can have that.
You can have the special sword that could, the important sword that might have an importance in the entire thing. You can have that sword.
A small child would not be able to run away with a gigantic sword. An amulet, yeah. He wouldn't have been able to run away with a sword.
Well, you never know.
I think if you'd stolen a torch off you, you'd still be raging just out of principle.
RJ Heel says, keep your eyes out on fences and pawn shops. Okay, so you're running up. All right. Give me 3 dexterity checks.
Oh god, she's gonna fall over, isn't she?
Give me 3 dexterity checks.
Just bloody running.
Yeah, but you're in armor in the middle of the night, and you're running after a nimble child.
Down a narrow alley.
This is a game. This is a game of dice. I can't just go yes because you're Super Galandra. I can do everything I want to because she tells me to. You've got to roll dice. You got to roll dice.
Did you have to roll for being able to run around in armor in battle?
No, because you're not running around. It's like 6-second bursts. You're literally chasing after somebody down a street in real time. I can do it if you want. I can do it in.
I'll go into initiative with a child.
In initiative with a child, if you want. I'm just going to tell you, he's going to outrun you. So I'm giving you a chance. Right. So the first one, right? You catch up with him. Right. The second one, you go to grab him, you miss. The third one, you catch up with him again. You're on his heels. Give me one more. You miss again. And I am going to do one roll here to see if he escapes or not.
Or if he pinches anything else off you.
No, you're still on his heels. Give me another dexterity.
Would Galandra get an assist because of Draken racing as well?
You give me. All right, you're going to be running behind. Give me 3 dexterities for yourself, Draken.
Okay. Dragon. Want my amulet?
Advantage?
No.
Advantage because I'm not wearing armor.
Yeah, but you're still you're just stop. No, it doesn't work like that. Advantage because I'm wearing awesome shoes.
Yes, that too.
No, you're not helping. Just give me 1 minute. Let me re-roll. Okay. Galandra's on his, basically on his heels. He's running around. She's pretty much on him.
What spells have I got it on?
Yeah, if you've got a spell you can cast on him, you can try that.
I do have a spell I can cast on him.
11.
If I was flying, could I catch him quicker?
Person. Okay, so concentration up to 1 minute. Choosing a humanoid that you can see in range. The target must succeed a wisdom saving throw. Paralyzed. All right. Okay. He's not going to be very wisdomous, but I'll see what I can do.
I chose my spells wisely.
Yep. Okay. You got him. All right. Okay, so you've basically just went, fuck this, and you've just sort of kind of cast out, and this child sort of kind of frozen.
Like Neville in the first Harry Potter.
Yeah, so he's basically saying, so what are you doing with the child?
I hold him by his shoulders, raise one eyebrow, tell him that it's not nice to steal, reach into his pocket and grab my amulet back. You
don't know if he's got your amulet.
No, what do I have to roll for that to check?
You can roll investigation. You can frisk the child if you want.
This child does not have my amulet.
Go on, give me an investigation roll. Yeah, okay. You sort of like this child. You sort of he's got a little knapsack, and you sort of open it up and. You pick out and there's your bracelet, your amulet. So you take it out. Are you saying anything to him?
Well, yeah, I said that it's
No, allow me.
Very well, Dragon Bomb.
Dragon's gonna walk up to him.
Is he still frozen? Is he still frozen? By the way, at this moment in time.
Yeah, I'm still concentrating on him.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Draken's just going to walk up to him and smile and put the fear of Draken into him. Intimidation.
All right, roll me
This just
intimidation.
stopped them.
Intimidating. It should definitely be
Roll
an
one
advantage
here.
to a child.
13. He might be. Where's 1 minute?
I was kind of hoping for a nat 20 and watch the child crap himself.
Oh god, that would have been hilarious.
No. He just sort of, because he's still frozen. He
Fear in his eyes, though.
he doesn't. He's not super scared, but you know he's suitably intimidated. But he's still obviously frozen in one spot.
Drop him.
Do not let me catch you doing this again, or any of your friends. And I kind of like, I'll back away, but I'll just keep him frozen where he is, so he can't follow. So I'll back away and just keep my concentration as long as possible while we, before we like, start off.
Pull his trousers down.
Oh, this is getting really dark. It's getting really dark.
Had he been,
Come on, guys.
Had he been a fully grown adult, I would have. But yeah, I keep him frozen for as long as possible, before we then start back down the alley towards everybody else.
Okay. All right. So you sort of back off towards the thing, and you sort of eventually let him go, and you sort of kind of hear him sort of mouthing off something. You fucking meth! And sort of in
Scouse.
well, maybe that's what that's their accents in Taunt. Who knows? Maybe Lady Taunt speaks that. All right.
I'm fine with that, Tom Scouse.
Oh God! You're gonna go home. And go, Tom. Wear this wig. Let's go.
Tom would.
G'day.
Hey, calm down. Hey. Okay. So you sort of kind of make back the other children. Have scarpered off into the night. You sort of kind of make your way to the main sort of town. The town sort of center, the city center, effectively. It's all quite well paved, from the sort of the lights that you can see around you, the sort of gas lamps and things that are around. There's quite impressive buildings. There's quite a big sort of columned library building, which Thomas obviously recognizes from this time he was there, and across the way is the Sir Alistair's Rest, which is the inn that you will be staying in. There is sort of candles and stuff in the windows. There are people about. There's a couple of drunks and things standing outside talking to each other.
Shall we enter and find somewhere comfortable for someone to recover? Maybe a little something
Yes.
to soothe Tharavol's pain?
Something
I
cold.
for one need a drink.
Okay.
Haven't heard that in almost an hour.
Do you want to give me Tharavel? Do you want to give me a? Actually, no. Tharavel, give me a perception roll.
You notice you only have one ball left.
You notice as you're sort of kind of walking into the
In.
the inn. You're walking into the inn. One of the sort of drunks is looking at you strangely. It's like one of those looks of, recognition in a way. He's sort of kind of looking at you as you're going in, like, there's something there.
This is going to be where I'm going to have to roll history, and it's going to be crap, and I'm not going to recognize him and just be like, yeah, whatever.
Dude!
So I need to roll history to see if I recognize
You can
him?
roll history if you want. Yeah.
Tharavel hasn't been.
Well, if he's looking at me,
He's not. He's drunk and he's talking to his mate. But you've sort of noticed that as he's talking to his mate, he's sort of kind of, because your perception roll is quite high. He's sort of stopped, and there's sort of like this double take as you've walked in.
what are they? Can I hear what they're talking about?
Yeah, it's nothing of any major note. It's literally just drunken banter, women, booze, and random sort of shit like that. Nothing of any major importance.
Can I go over and introduce myself? Gentlemen, sorry to bother you, but I am looking for a man who may have passed through here at one point, a Sir Tristan. I have done him a graven injustice, and I need to restore my honor. Would you have heard of this name?
The guy, sort of the other drunks, are just like, boats only made out of matchsticks. Sort of, broken biscuits, not really sort of making any illegible sense. The other guy, he's sort of kind of looking at you, sort of like he's coming up to you, and he's sort of like, it's you. Well, you're not meant to be here. He's not making a lot of sense, but he's sort of kind of, he recognizes you, and he's sort of kind of like, and he's sort of kind of, he's confused. It's like something, he's super drunk, but he's sort of kind of, you're not meant to be here, and then he sort of kind of like crashes out against one of the sort of the little sort of like a thing of boxes outside the thing, like completely smashed.
Can I turn to the group and can somebody help me pick him up and bring him inside?
Can I walk over and use Channel Divinity Burn Toxins? Sober him up.
Ooh, interesting.
I was gonna chuck a bucket of cold water over him, but yeah, that works.
What is it? What does burn toxins do?
It says drugs and alcohol are included here. I channel divinity in their body. Within seconds, any diseases or poison starts to seep out of pores of your target as black pus.
Oh, that sounds horrible. Do it.
The pus smells horrid and is sickening. Do you know what? I'll just post it there. There you go.
Poison includes drugs and alcohol, starts to keep out of the pores of your target. The pus smells horrible and sickening. For 1 day after possession is done, anyone that takes in any type of poisons, drugs, and alcohol could become sick and must make a constitution save. Okay, so you sort of kind of go over and you sort of you do your thing. You sort of kind of lay your hands on him or whatever you do. You just sort of kind of expel, exorcise the demons. This house is clear, and this guy sort of kind of starts shuddering, and all the sort of like all of the alcohol, he starts sweating profusely. It starts coming out, and he sort of kind of, he stands up like proper, like he's been in a cold shower or something. He's dripping in sweat, and he's sort of kind of panting slightly. He's like, what did you do to me? What did you do to me?
Valishal pats him on the shoulder and says, lay off the drink for a few days. And then to Farival and says, you're welcome. And then walks inside.
And has a drink.
Yeah. All this work's got me thirsty.
And Reggie Glassing
okay,
just
my
getting
friend?
really...
He's just like, I know you. I know you. We've met before. What are you doing in Taunt?
Can I? Well, may as well try and roll history to see if I recognize him. But nope.
You don't recognize him. He's just like.
Forgive me, my friend. I'm not always very good with faces.
He's like,
Where
what?
may we have met?
What do you mean? It's me, Arturius. I helped you with passage. You and your wife.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh,
Brother.
You helped me.
And your wife.
Do you recall the name of this? What is my name?
What? He sort of kind of looks like, what is your name? And he's just like, this is a joke. What? What? He's like, on the boat, you were, you were quite sort of, you weren't as jokey as this. This must be a new part that's come out of you. What do you mean? What is your name? You know your name.
My friend, I fear you may have me mixed up with my twin brother, who I am actually in search for. Where did you last see him?
He sort of kind of stands back, and he's just like, and he it's like his eye is sort of kind of the sort of blood drains from his face, and he's just like,
I lean forward and say, we would really appreciate a straight answer.
He yeah, he's scared, and he's just like, I swore I wouldn't tell. I swore I wouldn't tell anybody. I swore I wouldn't tell anybody.
I'm sure his brother is an exception.
I swore. And he's just like, because I'm just like, he's basically. I'm trying to think how this is going to work.
I'll get all heartfelt.
I reach over and squeeze his shoulder slightly harder than.
All right, give me a strength check. The whole strength. Okay. Okay, yeah, you've held him. You're basically holding on to him and stuff. He's not getting away. Okay, and he's just like, you're not Real.
I think that's evident, my friend.
So you have seen my brother.
Real was your brother, isn't it? Real's your brother, isn't it? Wait a minute.
I can't actually remember if I was Rin or Real. I think I was.
Oh, Rin, you're Rin. No, you're
Rin,
Real.
Rin.
He's Rin.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
Rin.
So you're not Rin. What? Oh fuck! What does Salden call the girl? Do you
His
remember?
sister.
Yeah, what did he call his sister?
Honestly, can't remember.
It'll be in my notes.
Yeah, my notes are in the other room.
I do have
All right.
them.
So he's just like, so you're not Rin.
No, my friend, but I am looking for him. My brother was lost to me a long, long time ago. I've been in search for him ever since. You please, I beg you, you must tell me where you saw him.
I can't tell you. I swore to them I wouldn't tell you. They told me it was a matter of life and death. I can't tell you.
My eyes flash. I lean in close and say, "Pretty please," rumbling.
Okay, roll me another intimidation then.
Oh god, this is gonna go horribly wrong now.
Yeah, he's not. He's just like, I can't tell you. I may be a fool, I may be a drunk, but I swore to them I wouldn't say anything. I can't tell you, even his twin brother.
Draken leans in. I'm sure family is an exception.
My friend, my brother
Oh, Jesus.
is.
No.
If my brother is in grave danger, then it is far more important is that we need to find him. He is the chosen one who help us battle the evil that is plaguing their lands.
Clever.
Are you okay? Deception. Don't roll me deception then. I see what you did there.
Shonen charisma.
I see what you did there. And he's just like, he told me nothing of this. Is this truth? Is this the truth? Why is he the chosen one?
He has inherited a great power from my elder family members. This will come to fruition, and he must go up against the Dark Lords.
Dark Lord, like Voldemort.
And he's like, yeah.
He who should not be named.
Okay. So he seems suitably persuaded. or deceived even. And he says, you know, he's in the merchant navy effectively. He's in the sort of the Kyrelian merchant navy, and he gave passage from, and I'm gonna have to check my map here because I'm gonna forget all of the things. Bear with me 1 minute.
Right, the guy was in the merchant navy, or
the guy was in the merchant navy. I just need to check something here. I need to go into my I need to go in the world anvil quickly because I haven't got all. I've got a photo. I'm going around naming all the towns. I've got fucking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them to do, but I think I've
down that Sildon's sister was Evelyn.
Evelyn? That's
what I've got down.
Evelyn? All right,
See,
okay.
whenever you mentioned that name, I was like, I have no idea who that is.
Evelyn, yeah.
I've got Alandria and then crossed out and it says Evelyn.
I think Alandria sounds better.
Alandria sounds good.
Alandria. We'll call her Alandria. Put it in the notes. We'll call her Alandria. Alandria.
It's next to my old notes of no one is listening to me. You all listen to me now.
We'll call her Alandria. So make a note of that, and we'll
Alandria.
Alandria.
That was session 8.
Right, okay, so he is. Let me actually want to get up on here so people can see it at home. Okay, so
didn't Val make a promise to find Landry as well?
Yep, he did.
But I've gone inside the bar.
Yeah.
Regions. Okay, so he picked them up. He picked them up from a port, from one of the Kyrelian ports, which I currently haven't named, in the north of Al Zaharak, but in the Kyrelian part of it. So Al Zaharak is the sort of kind of northern peninsula. Effectively has basically a foothold for the Kyrelian Empire, and he basically picked them up. He picked them up there, and brought them up the again River Unknown, because I haven't named it yet, to the sort of central to the central city, which is called
Kyrelia is this, yeah?
In Kyrelia, yeah. I've got a name for the central city, but I haven't got my I've got a Photoshop thing open with all the names on it. I haven't added the Outworld Anvil yet, so it's basically the main city. There's basically a central city surrounded by water in the middle of Kyrelia. The name again escapes me. But it's there, and then he's basically on his way off to sort of kind of collect goods from there and move up to Balon. So he's left them there.
Thank you, sir. You've been extremely helpful. Is there any other information about my brother that you can give me? Where has he been? What has he done? What did he speak of this danger that he was on?
He spoke very little. Just that he gave me some coin, told me not to say anything, and him and his wife were making the way to Cragmere. No, actually, no. I lie. Ignore me. They were. That's a completely different angle. Sorry, it is not that. That's something else. And they just, you know, I wasn't meant to speak about them. I wasn't meant to tell anybody about their about being picked up.
I appreciate your honesty. You have done nothing wrong here, my friend. In fact, you have possibly saved my brother. Here, take some coin and go and buy yourself a drink.
Oh, that's a bad thing
to do. He says, so you are to be an uncle. You're to be an uncle, then, it would seem.
Arval's jaw just drops. And
smile,
give him another coin.
Yeah, I smile, pat him on the shoulder, and say, "Enjoy your drink."
So
Poor guy.
Wow.
it's all about the story, Galandra. Oh,
Hey,
it's about the
I know-
story.
I know a certain child that might be able to play the role of Alandria's child in a while.
Yeah, so yeah, he basically, he says the wife and he was picking him up, and initially they gave him a fake name, but he will say he's sort of through the journey and stuff, he's found out that his real name is Rin, and that he can't tell them. He can't tell anybody of their travels or where they're going, and that's why he's sort of gone a bit white, because he's now basically told you. So
Gonna be even paler when he has a drink.
yeah, so he sort of takes the coin. He's like, "Thank you," and he sort of kind of walks off inside to sort of get himself
way I
another
see it-
drink.
Fireball needs a drink.
The way I see it is that guy's paid good money to get drunk and into like a drunken state, and you've taken that away from him.
Yeah, but now he's just going to be like filled with pus and shit, isn't he?
And he's not going to be like,
He's just gonna feel sick. So he's just gonna think he's.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna get a hangover without being drunk.
He's got to make a Constitution save, and then if he does, he's exhausted. So he's just going to have one drink and just like conk out.
Pass out.
Yeah.
That's me just drinking anyway.
Yes.
okay,
Yep.
So,
all right, okay. So he's gone inside. Are you following him inside? He's all going inside.
I turn
Yes,
to
I
him
think
and
we
say,
might.
I've already gone
Uncle
inside.
Terrible, shall we buy you a drink?
I think you
Yes,
need it.
this is the calls to celebrate. A
Okay.
drink for my unborn nephew and a drink for my balls.
Your unused ball.
Well, you don't know it's going to be you don't know if it's going to be a boy or a girl yet. You just knew you're going to be an uncle.
Okay.
You can drink your own balls.
So he's all go inside. And he's like, ladies, gentlemen, welcome to Sir Alistair's Rest. What can I do you for?
Are we going to see a tavern that looks very much like the Pig in Half?
No, you have no tavern. It's just going to be theater of the mind tonight, because Matt forgot to be a map.
Because Matt's drunk.
I want all the chickens.
I want all the chickens. So you've basically just got you've got an inn called Sir Alistair's Rest. For all of you who know your history, Sir Alistair was the former owner of Huthway's Bane. Sir Alistair
Say that
Taunt,
again. That should get me a free drink or two, then.
first Dragon Knight, defeater of Huthway.
Having his sword should get me a couple of free drinks, should it not?
All right, you need to give me a history check to see if you recognize the name.
Carrying around his damn sword.
Yeah, but you don't know what. It's just Sir Alistair's Rest. Yeah, I need to know if you understand the what it's all about.
You add one and one up and get three.
No, you do not.
I call bullshit.
Innkeeper, we have a reason to celebrate. I am to be an uncle. Please, a round of drinks from me and my friends here. There you go,
Okay.
you get your free drink, Rolandra.
And he says like,
Well, I just casually rest my sword on my shoulder anyway and just kind of like flash it in his direction.
you don't know. Stop betting. You don't know. There's no
I
you have no
can't-
reason to have your sword out. Yeah, you don't know.
I like flashing it about.
This is the first time you have ever flashed your sword about.
I'll flash them about in a minute. Give me drink.
Okay, so you go up and he says like, yeah, no problem. You take a seat over there. I'll get the serving wench to come over, bring you some drinks. Enjoy your night.
We'd also be looking some accommodation. Captain Lucas sent us here for it.
Captain Lucas. Me and Captain Lucas go way back, way back. No problem. Any friend of Captain Lucas is a friend of mine. Don't you worry. We have the best beds in all of Ballon.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so he sits you down. It's relatively busy. It's a equivalent, I guess, of a sort of like Saturday night. There's a fair few people. There's news about the battle before that's coming in. There's people sort of kind of drinking to the victory and stuff. Nobody's sort of kind of fully cottoned on who you are yet.
Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I'll put my hood up as I drink.
Yeah.
I don't sit. I just stand and lean in the corner, stay out of the way because I'm not drinking, obviously.
Okay. So yeah, you can sit here and you can drink as much as you want. It's up to you what you kind of want to do. If you want to talk to anybody or if you want to sort of go to bed, it's up to yourselves.
Thomas would like to find his lodgings for the night and spend a couple of hours reading his Tome of Clear Thought and then his spell book and then go to sleep.
Okay, so you ask the innkeep, and he's like, sort of claps his hand and gets one of the sort of the inn sort of hands to sort of take you to one of the upstairs rooms and sort of kind of opens the door to a relatively nice chamber with it's got 3 beds in it.
I just need to wait, so everyone's gonna wait until everyone's done their thing, and then I'll do my thing.
So Thomas gives the porter 5 copper pieces and thanks him for his work.
Oh, thank you, my lord. Thank you. Right. As he goes down.
I gain the innkeeper's attention. And
You're quite low there, Mark. By the way, your audio's quite low.
Sorry, I had the microphone up where the cat couldn't try and bite it.
Okay.
She has a habit of chewing on things that she shouldn't. I got woken up the other day with her bringing one of my 40k figures into me in her mouth.
Nice.
My cat's done that.
If somebody had come into that conversation late, they might be like, your missus has come in with their 40k figures. You want to play 40k, Mark?
Doesn't that come back to that joke about the woman saying that her husband could do anything he wants? And he gets out the Hot Wheels cars and starts running them around on her back. But anyway, so I beckon the innkeeper over and I ask where I might be able to find a good artificer.
A good artificer. Well, we've got a few artificers in this area. You take yourself up to Villy's Bridge. They've got themselves some nice workshops up there.
Is there one that you would recommend?
Processing.
I put him on the spot a bit. Sorry about that.
No, they're all much It's artificers are all the same. It's all witchcraft and magic for me. I don't deal with them much.
Thank you very much, I say, and I slip him a. I've got in the pocket. I slip him a couple of silver pieces.
Wow! Why? Thank you, sir. Why? Thank you. If you need anything, you let me know.
Always good to be friendly with the boss.
Okay. Anybody else?
Draken asks for a large meal because he's very hungry. He needs some protein. Lots of.
Yeah. So. Well, let's just.
Yeah, see, I'm assuming that many people order something. Just like ask for. Yeah, the appropriate like roast chicken or something.
Okay. Let me just see. I've got a.
I want a kebab.
You had a menu from like.
I do have menus, but there is like a menu generator, sort of random tavern generator. We'll give that a go. Get you some. We'll get you some random stuff that you can. You can food and drink. No, that's not what we want. Generators. There we go. Random bookstore. Random tavern. There we go. Random tavern. What about and generate tavern. Okay. You can have pseudo dragon on stick. Merfolk. There's merfolk vodka. The merfolk have a perfect and strange brewing process that creates a clear alcohol, which will get the drinker especially drunk for an exceptionally short amount of time. If the drinker isn't used to the sea, they may have a wicked hangover.
Given someone who breathes fire, a very strong alcohol drink is not a good idea.
You know what? I had another one which actually did menus and stuff. I'm not sure the hell that is. That's gone to.
You had like well fancy food.
Yeah, it had loads of cool stuff. I'm just sort of
And hair and stuff.
yeah.
Roast ball, come on.
Let's see if we got here. All shops, market. Where is it? I got so many.
Just give me the roast ball.
Yeah, we had to say roast boar. Yeah, whatever. I'll not find it. It wasn't. Yeah, yeah. So he's just like, you know, you want leg of boar, you want haunch, you want the hock. What do you want from the boar? We got it all.
All of it.
You want all of it? You want the entire boar?
No, they want one each. They want one each.
Oh, we can turn this into a competition. Who can eat the boar the fastest?
You want two boars? You want two wild boars?
Not too
Roasted.
wild if they're not cooked.
Say it again. Two roasted wild boars. Okay. All right. Okay. Coming up. No problem. Those cost you a few gold though.
We lost Mike again.
Yeah, we give the gold over. Oh, she's back.
Yep.
Yeah, hand the gold over.
Okay, I'll give you your bill at the end and stuff. You're on a tab, I guess. Okay, so two wild boar coming your way. Do you want any drinks with that? You fellas want any drinks with this wild boar?
Water.
Pint of milk.
Pint of milk. You want milk? Oh, milk. Okay, no problem. We get you some milk. And you, sir, what would you like with your boar?
Water.
Water? I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
Water.
Water?
Water. Not water.
I don't understand what drink you're talking about.
He wants water.
Water. Water. Oh, right. I'm sorry. Your accent. I didn't get it there. You need to speak common. You know, you don't understand.
Ooh.
He starts like, okay, so that's two wild boar, a water, and some milk. Okay, coming right up. Cheers, fellas. Anything else?
You're going to be thoroughly bored, aren't you?
And actually, well, while he's here, Jack, I'm going to ask if he knows someone called Doogie Howser.
Doogie Howser. It's like, the seer Doogie Howser. Yeah, you can see him in Appleside. He's got a little tower in the middle of Appleside. If you want to go and see a seer, you watch out for those fellas though. They can mess with your mind.
Thank you. And I give him some coins as okay, for taking the time to give me that information.
Cool. All right, you guys better be taking these coins. Do you know what? I'll bill you at the end of it, and then we'll.
I took a couple off and I gave him silver just to make sure it was straight.
Yeah,
I did with my copper as well.
Cool. All right. So Tharaval and Galandra, what are you doing?
Tharaval asks, innkeeper, would most people who travel through this town come to this inn?
Of course, this is the best inn in the whole of Balon. Everybody who's anybody comes to my inn.
Perhaps you may have seen a man or recognized a man going by the name of Tristan. Would he have passed through here at any point?
Well, we got a lot of nobles in here. Tristan. Give me a minute. Let me go and check the log.
Thank you.
And he comes back. He's like, yeah. He comes back sort of a few minutes later. He says, yeah, we had a Sir Tristan in here. He came in with a few other fellas. In fact, one of them standing over there, having a few drinks. You see, sort of by the fire, there's a guy sort of sitting there, drinking, smoking a pipe. I was like, he came in with them.
Thank you. And he throws him some more coin.
So you are so generous. Yeah. But thank you guys. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Valandra looks at the what's it? It's not a waiter in those times. I don't know what it's called. Wench.
Yeah, serving wench or serving person. Yeah, server. Yeah.
Orders some pickles and some bread and wine.
You are so gonna get drunk tonight, Galandra.
One wine.
Yeah, you
one
are. To start off with. Okay.
A glass, a bottle, or a
You're having a glass. You having a glass or a bottle or?
A glass.
Right. Okay.
With my pickles and bread.
Okay. He's like, not a problem. Best pickles in Ballon coming your way. You're gonna love these. Sorry, brings it over. He sort of gets the serving person to go over. So that's everybody sort of kind of doing what they're doing then.
Yeah.
Okay. So a few minutes later, you see the drunk, the former drunk, sort of at the bar, and he sort of like got himself, the money that he's given. He's got this pint in his hand, and he takes one sip. And then suddenly he starts going, and sort of kind of, starts puking up on the ground. And he's like, Johnny, get him out of here. Get him out of here. He's had too much. And sort of one of the big sort of kind of bouncers effectively trails him outside and kicks him out.
I sort of chuckle and say, it's so awful when people can't hold their drink. As
you sort of this happens, these a couple of effectively 4 servers come over with these massive boars, these sort of on the spit still effectively, and they set them down in front of Val, one in front of Val, one in front of Draken. They stick your milk beside Val, they stick the water beside Draken. They bow and they walk off. A little serving wench comes over to Galandra. It sort of brings a load of like a loaf of bread, some pickles, and a relatively large glass of red wine.
I nod my head and thank him.
Jack nods his head in appreciation, nods to Val and to our good health.
Right. Varival, were you drinking at all?
I had one beer at the start, but I was going to finish it off and go and speak to the gentleman by the fire. Okay,
cool. So, are you going to make a competition of this, by the way? This eating competition?
Valashur looks to Draken and says, I'll cover the cost if you can eat it faster than me.
Right, okay.
So just sits back and is just going to watch this.
All right. That's going to be Constitution things. I think we're going to have the Constitution, right? So,
okay.
Give me...
Yeah.
Right, first of all, give me a... just roll me Constitution saves. Give me one each first to start off with.
Yay.
So Draken starts off and he's just like game on Paladin and just sort of kind of opens up his massive jaws and just takes this huge chunk out of the boar. Val sort of kind of heroically sort of gets in and starts sort of kind of eating away. Give me another Constitution save.
Ooh.
That'll be a fail.
Oh, Jesus.
Give me one, Draken.
I drink my milk, can I get a constitution?
Val needs to stop making competitions there, Val, because you don't off doing too well in them.
Okay, so
It's all growth.
basically, Draken, he's taking a big chunk. He's maybe a bit too much, and he's sort of kind of slowing down slightly. Unfortunately, Val, you trying to sort of kind of keep up with them, you've got a bit of a boar bone sort of kind of stuck in your throat, and you're starting to you're starting to choke, you're starting to cough. You're like,
No.
I'm going to slap him on the back to try and dislodge it.
all right, give me a give me an attack, I guess. An unarmed attack.
Draken moves his boar out the way.
Strength. Yeah, no, you sort of hit him, and he's still coughing and spluttering, and with this bone stuck in his throat.
Draken moves the boar out the way, very important, and then hits him on the back.
Priorities.
Yeah. Okay. So Draken basically just kind of goes, all right. So he kind of pushes his boar aside, and then just with one hand just goes whack, and you're sort of the bone just kind of goes flying out and lands in another punter's sort of kind of beer, who sort of just kind of looks at you strangely and then sort of kind of scutters off.
I raised my pint of milk to him, and thanks.
All right.
Can I stab Draken's boar and then use Divine Smite? Blow it across the room. Oh no, you can't eat it now. It's gone.
Not cause a food fight in the middle of a tavern.
I was going to use Burning Hands, but it's got a long range. So.
Yeah, give me another 2 Constitution saves.
Oh bollocks.
Oh man!
I'm not joking again.
All right, the game is now over. Draken sort of kind of pulls his back, and Val's just like, right, and sort of he gets it, and he sort of kind of takes a chunk out of it, and stupidly sort of kind of when he's sort of ripping the meat off, the bone kind of flips out of his hand and clobbers a guy behind you on the head. And he's like, "Oi, who threw that bone? Was it you?"
I step in the middle and say, "I don't think you're really in the mood to argue about this, are you, my friend?"
Simple mistake there, traveller. Simple mistake, right? He sort of kind of backs off, and he's just like, he's just back up. He sort of walks off. By which time, as you've done this, Draken's finished his boar and is sitting there with a like a toothpick, like a sharpened bit of one of the stone, just sort of kind of like picking his teeth, and yeah.
Valashor smiles at Draken and then says, "Do you want any of mine?"
Don't mind if I do.
Okay, Galandra, you sort of drink your wine, and it tastes good. It's been a long time since you've had a good drink. So I need you to roll me a what's going to be willpower? What would willpower be?
That's.
Would it be Constitution as well?
Oh,
No.
I would probably be wisdom. I would
I
have thought.
think it'd be wisdom, yeah.
Yeah, give me wisdom. Yeah, give me a wisdom check then. 24. All right. Okay.
Sorry.
That's right. Okay. You're off. All right. You sort of you have this drink and you're just like, I'm okay. I don't need any more. I'm all right. And you sort of
Going
kind of
to AA like, I don't need it.
I don't need it. So you sort of kind of you set it down. And you're just, okay, I'm all right. I'm okay. I don't need any more. And you sort of you savor the taste and sort of have that sort of reminiscence of how it used to make you feel, and how when you drank it used to sort of give you peace and stuff, and you sort of kind of keep that in a sort of zen moment at this moment in time. Okay, so Tharaval.
Tharaval finishes off his mead steps up and says to the group, "Enjoy the rest of your evening, my friends. I take my leave," and then goes over to or approaches the guy at the fire, smoking. Is there anything he sort of sees about him that?
Yeah, you can roll me perception. Yeah, there's nothing of any sort of note that sort of differentiate, or he's just a guy in the pub smoking. Sort of sees you coming over and sort of gives you a cock of his head and sort of a bit of an inquisitive look.
Is he sitting at the minute, or?
No, he's kind of standing by the fire, just smoking a pipe.
Excuse me, friend. Forgive me for the intrusion. May I have a word with you?
All right, kid. Yeah, nice one. Okay, what can I do for you?
The innkeeper informed me that you entered these premises with a man by the name of Tristan. I'm seeking his whereabouts. Could you tell me where he is?
Now, kid, me and Sir Tristan were like this. Now, why would I tell you where he is? I don't know who you are.
True, you do not know who I am. But I promise you, I mean him no harm. In fact, I mean to make things right with him.
Roll me persuasion.
This is going to be difficult, trying to think of deceptive ways of persuading people.
And he's just like, nah. I've been around here too much. I'm not going to tell any John Dandy anything about my mate. Not happening. I think you best be on your way.
Let me introduce myself. My name is General Fabius. I am his commanding officer. He left the battlefield in a bit of a state, and I have come to check on him.
Okay. Roll me deception. You're gonna have disadvantage on this because you've tried to persuade him otherwise. Yeah. No. He's just like, you think he's like, all right, Arky, you think I'm a fucking idiot? I know General Fabius, and you're not fucking General Fabius. I think you should get out of my way. I'm just trying to have my pipe and have a drink. Now bugger off.
Excuse me.
I mean no harm to your friend, but there is no need for this tone. Please apologize.
I'm not fucking apologizing. You came over here acting like you're fucking Billy Big Balls. I just sitting here minding my own business. Fuck off.
Well, Tharibolt the one to start a fight this time. Everyone's taking Draken's spot.
Can I smack the pipe out of his hand?
Yeah, yeah, if you want.
Go on, lad, have him.
So what I do, dexterity or?
Jesus.
Yes, dexterity, yeah.
He has a chance of succeeding at dexterity.
Oh yeah, with your 20, yeah. With a +8, you only got a 15.
No, am I doing a dexterity save or am I doing an attack?
It would be a dexterity because you're sort of kind of trying to hit a pipe. But yeah, I'll say you do anyway. So you sort of kind of fling out and you sort of smack his pipe out of his thing. I say, you better fucking apologize, my mate, or you're in fucking trouble.
You apologize first. I apologize. We go about the rest of our night.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. I'll apologize, all right? Roll me initiative.
Oh,
I haven't got a thing for him, so we're just going to have to...
can any of us, like...
Let's go.
Actually, I have a trait where as long as I can see somebody's lips moving, I know exactly what they're saying,
Okay.
no matter how far away I am.
Yep.
I got an error because I don't have a token selected.
Just,
Are we all going into initiative?
No, it's just it'll just be sort of the initial thing. So initiative. I rolled it. That's not meant to be what it's meant to be. You got an 87.
That's a bit scary. Is he like level 20 or something?
Oh, okay, so you're first to act then. So it's not going to be like a fight. You can just tell me what you're doing, and you can react first.
Basically, I'm going to use finesse rather than strength to basically catch him off his guard. So I'm going to sort of sweep the leg and then
Sweep
push
the
him to
leg.
the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
So again, am I attacking with what? What
Um.
am I attacking with?
Just give me an unarmed attack. So you won't get any of your +2s for whatever, but just give me an attack, and we'll take off any modifiers for weapons and stuff.
So if I just attack with the bow and then deduct stuff off? Or
Yeah, just do that. What will be your sword, wouldn't it? So with a sword, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, sorry.
But you bear in mind, you get a disadvantage for hitting anything without your bow. So.
No, it's only if I've
Oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah,
if I've
oathed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep. No, this is wrong. So plus.
it's a nat anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So you literally, well, you can explain to me what you're doing.
So basically, in one sort of swift movement, I trip the leg and push him. So it sort of takes the leg out from underneath him and puts his body weight over to hit him to the ground. I hold him down to the ground and say, "Are you going to say sorry, my friend?"
Roll me an intimidation, and you can get an advantage on it. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. All right, he's just like, oh, all right, just playing around. My mate, just all right, just playing around. It's just like, yeah, so Tristan, good lad. Set him off on a boat to Cragmere. You know, just off to Cragmere, yeah.
Has he left, or is he left yet?
Let's see, what time would have been... yeah, he got the last boat.
Do you know what his business was there?
He basically says Private Mike, sort of kind of something to do with some child visiting his parents or something.
Thank you. He then stands up, holds out his hand, and helps him to his feet.
It's just like
Picks up his pipe and hands it back to him.
all right. He's slightly flustered, but he sort of kind of just takes it and sort of goes off and sits down in a bit of a huff in the corner.
Nice quiet evening in the tavern, eh?
Just having a meal.
Yeah.
Then I'll just go and sit back down at the table.
I catch your eye and just raise an eyebrow to see if you're okay.
Yeah.
I shake my head at the lot of you and go and stand back and head upstairs. I've had enough for now.
Okay. Galandra, give me another wisdom check then before you go to bed. Yeah, you're right. Okay, you'll be fine. Okay, so you finish your wine and you're like, "That's enough, Galandra. That's enough." And you sort of you finish off your bread and your pickles, which are extremely good, and you would agree are possibly the best pickles you've had in
I
hate to think-
Put me a good pickle.
They're good
I hate
pickles.
to think what you'd have done to her if she'd rolled a 1 then. Come on, give me wine.
And drunk and having dry.
Okay, so yeah, so you finished your wine, you finished your food. Draken's finished off Val's, boar, and is sitting there like rubbing his belly and sort of like picking his teeth and stuff.
When he burps, do the windows vibrate?
yeah.
Draken's happy now. He's calm. He's fed. He's just gonna relax upstairs and crash for 8 hours.
Okay. Are the rest of you going to bed then?
Yeah, I think this is the first time I've had a rest, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you all take yourselves upstairs. There's like 3 separate rooms for everybody to go into. There's actually keep on forgetting about Mule. Where's Mule Brenner at this moment in time? He's sort of
You've lashed up outside in the stables.
right. Okay.
Friends generally have stables.
Yeah. Sort of.
I won't go into one of the rooms. I'll prop myself in the landing.
Yep.
And just keep an eye on the others while they're resting.
Okay.
Sanctuary's rest.
Okay, put you in standby mode. Zoop.
So yeah, you
I'd slap your hand away, but I'm afraid you might beat the shit out of me with the axe.
Draken has to sleep with his axe.
You do have to sleep with your axe, so you're sitting there sort of, you basically get into bed and you're just sort of like, have you ever seen Robin Hood, the cartoon, the Disney cartoon, where he's sort of kind of, like sucking on like the
Sucking his thumb around
yeah, he's like that. He's got the gold right now. He's sort of kind of sucking his thumb. He's like, Mama, and it, sort of what he's got his axe. He's sort of got his axe there and stuff. And he's just like this.
It's
So-
put it under his bed. An easy reach. You can, if ever he feels a bit nervous, just reach under, care rest the axe, make sure it's there, and then go back to sleep.
Thought you were going to do the Full Metal Jacket speech.
This is my axe. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky your axe wasn't stolen. By the way, Draken, that would have been funny. Cursed axe being stolen. You going berserk on everybody around you, killing children and such.
Take me a
Where'd the
fireball.
child go?
That's for 4 hours.
Yeah, where'd
Yep.
the children go? There's a bit over there. There's a bit over there. There's a bit over there. That one's on the roof.
Okay, so everybody goes to bed. It's you're all shattered. You haven't slept. And these are
Fireball will only need 4 hours, no matter how tired we are.
yeah. You literally just conk out, and it's a very uneventful night. You sleep well. You wake up. Tharaval and Galanza are pretty much awake and sort of in Zen mode or whatever they're doing. You get up and go downstairs. The bar's pretty much it's pretty dead. Everybody's gone home. There's a few sort of kind of drunkards and stuff sort of lying around still. The innkeeper is like, good morning all. Can I interest you in some breakfast?
Oh hell yes! I didn't have dinner.
Yeah, it's just like, you sit yourselves down. I'll get you some breakfast. So you sit yourself some down, and pretty much straight away they sort of come out with bread, cheese, some sausage and bits and pieces.
I make my excuses and depart in search of Billy's Bridge.
Okay, yeah. So you're taking yourself up to Villy's Bridge. What are other people doing?
I was gonna say, my friend, let's should we discuss our needs of Taunt, and then our path ahead?
I won't be long. I
Yes.
just need to ask a couple of questions while you eat.
Very well.
Okay, so you take yourself off. So you
We still need to get our armor and stuff repaired.
Yeah, you'll need to pay some money for your armor. You can do some shopping and stuff. Pretty much anything you can think of, pretty much within reason, will be in Taunt because it's quite a main city and it's a port city, so there's going to be a lot of stuff in there. So if there's anything you kind of want to do or anything, this is technically downtime stuff, but might as well do it now. So if there's anything you kind of want to do, what you want to buy, armor repairs and things like that, it's going to be basically what is it for repairs? How much you've got? A fair bit. Don't use
200 platinum each.
200 platinum each. Yeah, we'll say for for repairs, it's going to be about, for repairs and materials. Actually, it depends on what materials and stuff do you need. In fact, you can discuss this and stuff, because basically, you've got like a pot of money for repairs and materials, and then everything gets distributed out of that and stuff. You've also got to decide if you're going to keep all your money with you, if you're going to deposit any in a bank or anything, and that. So you can decide what you're doing. I'll do Lance. So Lance, you take yourself up to Villy's Bridge. It's sort of north of Taunt. It's quite an open place. Lots of sort of kind of as you sort of walk through the streets, it's quite a nice day. Still the summer. You see lots of workshops and things. There's smoke bellowing from chimneys. There's lots of like cogs and clockwork sort of mechanical things. You're even pretty sure you saw what looked like a mechanical sort of like dragon type thing sort of like lumbering across one of the streets, but you weren't 100% sure. You've got sort of in one window you see this sort of kind of like halfling sort of on like this what looks like wings, sort of jumping out of the window, but then crashing into a bunch of boxes below him, and looking pretty shaken by the event. It's all very bustling and busy.
I'll walk over to the halfling and pick him up and set him back on his feet.
He's like, ooh.
You're all right there. That was a little bit of a fall.
He's just like, well, back to the drawing board for me then. He sort of kind of picks up the sort of kind of broken bits and pieces from his flying contraption and sort of kind of walks off into the sort of workshop across the way.
I'm going to follow him into his workshop.
Yeah. So he sort of sees you come in. He's just like, I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Is there anything I can do for? Cleveland is the name. Sorry, I keep changing my accents. He's going to be Frodo Baggins. Cleveland's the name. And this is my workshop. What can I do you for?
So, I was wondering if you might be able to help me. It may not have escaped your notice, but I am of a slightly less than normal nature. I've been travelling a lot after a long sleep, and my current adventures have given me some means and an impulse to see if I can maybe get some help in adapting myself to be more effective in my dealings with people that would like to do me and my friends harm. And I was wondering if your expertise may possibly run to helping me to improve things a little bit, by way of obviously me being a constructed entity. If there's anything you can suggest, maybe you could help me to clear out the dust, shall we say, after a couple of 100 years of being buried and some yomping around in various woods and such like.
So he sort of kind of starts looking. He's like, "Oh, my word! You're one of those Warforged, aren't you? Oh my word! I didn't think I've lived 100 years and I've never seen a Warforged before." And he's sort of kind of wandering around, looking at you, sort of kind of like touching your sort of kind of touching your armor, your leg, everything, just sort of kind of like just amazed by the he's just like, he's just like, oh yeah, if I was to modify a Warforged, Ooh, I'd be the talk of Appleside. Sorry, I'll be the talk of Willie's Bridge. Ooh, well, what sort of modifications are you looking for?
Obviously, I am aware that I don't want to overstretch you, but if you could help me to be a little bit more on the faster side, perhaps.
Ooh. He's just like, suspension. You need suspension. That's what you need. And he sort of kind of runs off into the back, and he's sort of like he sort of kind of starts flicking through all these different scrolls and like blueprints and things like that. He's like sort of throwing stuff over his head and, you know, making noises and stuff, you know, hitting its cat as he throws something over the side. And he sort of come back with this scroll. He's just like he's like, oh, you saw that dragon contraption outside as you came in. It's just like, well, that's based. And he starts talking sort of shit that you don't understand. But he's basically like, yeah, but its suspension is based on this, and he sort of kind of has this sort of like blueprint, and he's just like, I could install this in you. Problem is, it's quite costly. You know, there is a risk. You know, I've not dealt with your kind before, and I wouldn't want to do you any mischief.
So could I ask what the cost would be? Because obviously that is an important thing to check first. I don't want to waste your time, should my means not be as extensive as they need to be.
Okay. Okay, so what is it? You're trying to increase your dexterity, are you, basically?
I just thought it would be. That's one of my primary things for attacking.
How much are you trying to increase your dexterity by?
I'm already. I'd say 1 or 2, if possible.
Right. Okay.
So the equivalent of a feat, effectively, of trading off a feat.
Okay. So, right. Okay. Birthing 1 minute. Sorry. Mathing.
Pretty sobered up yet?
Me? Yeah, I've sobered up a bit. I was only half a bottle of wine, so I was really feeling, because I haven't drank in a while, so it's just like, oh, I was getting into the Expanse a bit too much, and I was like, I'm super enjoying this, and I was like, oh, I must be slightly drunk.
You can never get into the Expanse.
No, it's I love it. It's really good. I'm loving it. But I was just getting I was like getting kind of emotional. I was like, this. I don't even know if this is like emotional. I'm just thinking I'm slightly drunk.
Put it on the watch list.
Yeah, the first. I'm in the 3rd season. That's fucking awesome at the minute. Yeah.
I need to go back and restart it because I did the 1st season a while back. But I'm working through For All Mankind at the moment on Apple TV, so we'll see the 2nd season.
Very good things about that.
It's actually really good.
I was intrigued by The Expanse, and I nearly watched it, and then I started watching something else and forgot all about it. So I need to go back.
Watch The Expanse. The first few episodes are very slow. It's all about build-up, set-up, background, and setting. Then the 4th episode happens, which is CQB.
Sorry, he says to you, I can do it for 500 golds per leg, but we must advise you that something, you know, I've never done this before, and there is a risk.
If I were to offer you, I'm trying to think, 550 per leg, so that you could get better, so you can make sure you have the best materials, would that improve things?
No, I need at least 1,000 per leg, to make sure there's no issues. I've never done this before. I've never worked on Warforged before.
Okay, I mean, I need to go back and join my colleagues for a bit and think about it. Could I come back a little bit later on and talk to you a bit further?
Oh, as you wish. Please do. And just, as much as I do want to work on you, I'm an honourable man, and I wouldn't want to do you a mischief. So you think about it, and you come back and tell me what you want.
I'm more reassured by the fact that you warned me of the risk than I would be if someone promised me the earth.
Yep. Well, I'll be seeing you later then.
Of course. Thank you very much. And try not to fall quite so hard next time.
Oh, I'll try my best.
Marv, just out of interest, who would I need to speak to try and get my onyx statue of Nanook changed into a full-time pet?
Yeah, you just go to one of the sort of local mages in Appleside. We're in and around where the seer. So it's basically effectively like the magic quarter, effectively. Okay. I see. Okay. So Lance sort of makes his way back. Everybody's sort of kind of finished off their food pretty much. Tell me what you're doing. Where you want to go? What you want to do?
I wish to talk to the monks that have been investigating how to extract the darkness without death.
Did we not do? I'm just trying to think.
Well, yeah, we talked to them.
I've got the ritual to do that. It's just we then went into a battle and I haven't had time to perform it yet.
Yeah. Oh, was I meant to give you something about? I was meant to tell you what the ritual was, wasn't I?
You were.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So you have a ritual to sort of
Where did you get that? Have I missed that?
in the library.
When we were here the first time.
Oh, okay.
You obviously have gaps in your notes.
I must have, 'cause I don't remember that.
Yeah. You were too busy writing heroic speeches. Getting sort of like arousing, and then going, "You're not gonna get any money though. You're not. I'm not paying you fuckers."
Paid, not tipped.
Okay.
If it's in America, they live on tips.
I'm aware.
So what else are people doing?
Before anyone gets into anything, I was wondering if I could have a moment of your time. Just to explain, obviously I slipped off while you were having breakfast. So I introduced myself to a somewhat interesting artificer up near Villiers Bridge to talk to him, and I have discussed with him the possibility. He believes that he has a way to enhance me, if that makes sense, being as I am a construct as I am. He says there is some risk in it, of course, because he's never worked on a Warforged like myself before, and it is quite expensive. I think I can cover the cost myself, but obviously, with there being a risk involved, I wanted to talk to you guys first to see if it was something you agreed with, rather than me taking a risk and putting you all in an awkward position should it not work out. It doesn't seem appropriate for me to... He said there was a small risk because he'd never worked with me before.
And what happens
It's more
if this
risk.
does not work?
He hasn't elaborated on what the risk is.
He hasn't gone into the actual nature of the risk. I felt before I dug into things, I needed to walk away and give it some consideration. And it would not be appropriate for me to not include you guys, I thought, because at the end of the day, you need to be confident that you can trust me to talk to you about these things and not just wander off and blow money everywhere.
How good is the potential gain?
What is it? What is the actual work that you're getting done? Because we don't know this, obviously.
So he proposes to make some improvements to my legs, which will make me faster and more agile, basically. So the idea being that I could be a lot more accurate and agile in combat, which would obviously be a benefit because it would make it better for me to be moving around and staying out of trouble.
And by logically thinking, if things were to go wrong, he could potentially make you slower?
That, I believe, would be the risk. I would need to confirm with him. I said I needed to go back and talk to him later on, once I had a chance to think about it. I could
Magic legs.
Do you trust this man?
Captain
seem like a
Lieutenant Dan, you've got magic legs.
What is he? What is he technically? Like his title of...
He's an artificer, so he's basically a tinker. He's basically a mechanic, effectively.
He's a mechanic that uses magic.
Yeah, magic
Oh.
mechanic.
Yeah.
Is he?
Did
Do you
Did
trust?
he use the teeth thrower?
Is he a good? Do you believe he's a good artificer?
He seemed quite good by looking at some examples of the work he had. He was not deceptive. He was, if anything, a little too open and a little rough around the edges. But he did not have to tell me there was a risk involved. In my experience, the fact that he did say he probably could do it, but he wanted to warn me there was a risk, is better than those that would say, "Give me your money and it will be perfect."
That is a sign of a good mechanic.
So he's basically, at 500 gold a leg, there's a risk. At 1,000 gold a leg, there's little to no risk. There might be a risk on a critical fail, but other than that, it's less likely.
So basically, he gave me two prices. He gave me 1,000 gold pieces to do both legs and take a risk. He gave me a higher price of 2,000 gold pieces in order to minimise the risk and give a better chance by using top quality components, effectively materials. So from where I'm standing, I could probably just about cover that, but obviously there is still a small risk involved.
What happens if it doesn't work? Do we lose the money and have to move on, or is there some
Well, the money would be gone
compensation?
because the materials. Basically, he's not worked on a warforged before. He's heard of, but in case you hadn't noticed, we're quite rare. But effectively, he has to buy the materials to do the work, and that's where most of that money is going to go.
And did he say how long he will need to work on you for?
That I need to go back and check with him, but I didn't want to run off, disappear for a day, and come back,
At the speed of light.
Shiny new legs.
or come back on a cart.
With his new wheels.
But yeah, so from where I was standing, I wanted to look into the options I had available, but I don't want to take an action like that without talking to you all, because my actions would affect you.
How noble.
Tharval says that.
By the way, I want to bring in here. You have a fortification as well that is currently unmanned and undefended, and you did say that you were going to defend it and pay it. Now, if you spend all your money, you got nothing to sort of deal with that situation. So, you all need to think about that. Technically, your money's your own, bar sort of materials and stuff like that. But just him requesting this is basically saying, "Can I take this out of the pot?" And then so it means others might have to go without, because you got to think about that. You can just you could just abandon it, but you're not. You've basically said, we want a fort, we'll look after it, we'll protect supply lines and stuff, and then go, I want new legs, and I want this, and I can spend my nice and shiny things, and then have no money left to do any of this stuff, so...
Hence, I've come back to talk to the party.
Can you possibly ask him if there's any other means of acquiring the materials to save money?
I am sure that is something I can have a discussion with him about. As I said, I didn't want to go too far down the path without talking to you all, knowing that we have commitments and we have responsibilities to each other and to other people.
Basically, I'd say the risks you're taking are your own. You have our backing, but if you're happy enough to take the risks, if you would rather run than walk, then it's a risk to take.
I just want to make sure I'm as useful to the party as I can be.
I think the risks are worth the reward.
So,
And worst comes to worst, you become a cart, and we can still use you.
We could just
I can ride Neil Brenner everywhere.
put you in a catapult.
What if we provide the artificer with some form of manuscript regarding Warforged biology or anatomy? Could he potentially learn from that and then give you a discount?
You'd need to have that. It's not something. It's not like, you know.
I mean, we could go and look for it. There is a library.
A very big library.
Yeah.
True. That is an interesting.
It's like a
idea.
Haynes manual for Warforgers.
How to Warforged for dummies.
Hence manual of
Exactly.
It's like putting together a warhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to Warforge for dummies. You open up, there's one page, it just says, run.
Ding 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 ding. Run. Okay. Yeah. You could have a look in the library. Yeah.
Thomas, would you be willing to help me with such research?
Of course.
Because it involves books, and therefore you're happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before
I
Before
noticed that book
we
you were reading
depart,
last night had some sticky pages.
Oh.
I've lost my appetite. I didn't have any in the first place.
Sorry, sorry, I couldn't help
What
myself.
have you done with that mimic?
Sorry. The city, by the way, Michael. It's called Dawnford.
Dawnforge?
Dawnford. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Pete, I interrupted you there.
you will be. Before we go our separate ways, we should find the seer. The name Kiamat Redskill means something to me. He is one of the lieutenants in this army of corruption. He is my father. And I need to speak to my queen about this, see what she knows. Dragonborn as a lieutenant is worrying.
It's definitely family week then.
Yes.
So
I'm
Draken wants to go and see a seer. Lance wants to go back to the artificer. Does he? To ask questions, or are you going? Oh, you're going to the library. Are you?
Library first.
Library with Thomas. Val, what are you up to?
Val would like to go with Draken to see the seer.
Okay, so you're both going to the seer.
Tharaval will go with him as well because he's to go to that sort of
The mage.
quarter to speak to the mage.
Galandra, you're left. What are you up to?
Galandra wonders if in the area there is somebody with such, might actually be this here, with such magical herbs that she could use to safely get in touch with the darkness and see if there's any plans hatching.
Okay, you would need to go to, all the witch doctors and all those fancy magician types, they're all off in Appleside. So if you go down there, you'll find one of them in there.
You want to get high?
I want to
Also,
get
Where's the armory?
so high.
The armory as well?
An armory. Yeah. So.
Blacksmith, whoever sells armor.
Yeah. So the sort of kind of forge area is in and around. It's just south of the Citadel, near where you sort of did your speech. So it's it's over here. I'll circle it if I can get. Where's the drawing still gone to? There it is. So in and around here is basically weapons and stuff like that, blacksmiths and stuff.
Should we also think about recruiting soldiers to man the fort, the keep?
Yes, I believe we need to speak to Tom.
Yeah, the
Mr.
Vice-Sarge, is it?
Mr.
Yeah,
Tom.
the Triarch. Yeah, the Triarch.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
6. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony the Taunt.
So Tony the Taunt.
Tony.
No, I can't remember what he's called.
Our fortress and training new recruits.
Yeah, I can't remember what I named him, but yeah.
Tony. It was Tony.
It wasn't Tony. Tony was going to be Galandra and Lady Taunt's son.
Oh.
Tony Taunt. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you've got what do you? So you've got he's in the Citadel, obviously. That's
So
6.
we take care of a certain amount of personal business, and then reconvene at say lunchtime,
Go together. Yeah.
and then we discuss if we want to go up there or we want to put that off. But we should arrive as a party.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to confirm then, so nobody's going to go and fix their weapons or anything now. They're going to do these other things, and then weapons and stuff for afterwards.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, personal business, weapons, and then Mr. Tont.
Okay. All right. So we'll do the personal business, and then we'll do the weapons and stuff after the stream. We can do sort of fixing up stuff and things that way. So, okay. So Thomas and Lance, they take themselves off to the library. Let's see. They take themselves off to the library. And whereas Galandra, Val, and Tharaval, is there anybody? Oh, and Draken, sorry, they all sort of go across the bridge and take themselves into the sort of in and around where the sort of kind of the effectively the magic district of the of Taunt, where all this kind of
It's Diagon Alley, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so where are we going to do first? All right, we'll do Lance and Thomas first then. So, actually no, because we've just done Lance. We'll do Draken first. Why not? We'll do Draken first. So the three of you sort of kind of go walking down across this bridge. You come into this sort of like this archway across the bridge. There's lots of sort of kind of flowing sort of like talisman and wind chimes and sort of colored flags, and it's golden statues and smoke and things, and lots of there's lots of sort of kind of shops and things as you go along, sort of selling potions, and there's some sort of weird smells, some pungent and nice, others slightly bitter and horrible. People sort of trying to make you come in and buy their wares as you go across. As you sort of enter the central sort of the central, what would it called? I don't know what it'd be called. What's like a stoned area in the middle of a city? Would that be called? It's not like a courtyard, but in a city. What it would be called? No. What's it called? Yeah, we'll say. Well, it's not. It's called something else. I can't remember. Forum. This sort of area, there's like cobbled area. Within it, there's a big tower. Within the tower, there's sort of like there's lots of flags and stuff around. Around it, there are sort of lots of little sort of buildings and things with different with different things selling different things. Within the tower, there are sort of kind of 3 levels, and there's basically a sign on the door, and it sort of kind of goes that Doogie Howser, resident seer, top floor, mage, Angrath, second floor, and I'd say that the herbalist and stuff actually is, Galandra, you're going to have to sort of kind of search around for somebody, I think, within the stalls and stuff to see if you can find somebody who would give you that sort of thing. That being said, the seer might be able to help you out, potentially.
Yeah, I'm basically just wanting to go into like...
Yeah, a trance or something, yeah. All right, you can go and see Doogie Howser as well then, I guess. Okay, so all of you sort of kind of go into the tower, and the Tharaval sort of kind of stops at the sort of the first floor. Are you waiting for him, or are you just going to take yourselves off to the second floor?
You could say if you
do what they need to do first, and then I can deal with mine afterwards.
Okay, so you
'Cause I've had a bit of story with mine, so they haven't. Yeah.
okay, so you all take yourselves off to the top floor, where you see a sort of kind of quite attractive sort of half elven woman sitting at a half elven woman sort of sitting at a desk, and go she's sort of like looking at her nails and sort of humming away to herself, and she's like, welcome, Doogie Hauser MD. Doogie Hauser MD. What is it? What is I can do for you?
I am here
Doogie
to
Hauser's
see
a woman.
Doogie Hauser.
No, she's like the sort of the secretary, basically. Yeah.
Bodyguard. Lady Dolt recommended we speak to Doogie Hauser.
No, do you
I
have
need
to?
to see him sooner.
And she's sort of looking at. Do you have an appointment, sir?
I do not do appointments.
Well, you can't see Doogie Hauser. He's very popular without. And she sort of kind of starts blowing her nails without an appointment.
We are fresh from the battle at Silkside. Lady Althea Taunt said we should speak to the seer.
Well, you're
The
telling
seer
me that Althea.
Doogie Hauser.
She's just like, no, I don't mean to be impolite, but you can't just come storming in here, all brutish and dragony, and make threats. This is a respectable establishment. The seer, Doogie Hauser, Doctor Doogie Hauser, doesn't just see anybody, so. You tell me that Lady Taunt of the Citadel, Triarch Taunt's daughter, has informed you. Now, how would one prove that?
Lady Galandra, could you please show this charming young lady your rather remarkable sword?
I nod and reach
Cheer a
down.
moment.
I reach down and caress the handle of my blade and just pull it out ever so slightly so you can see the top of the engraving. You do not need to see the full thing.
That is her phrase bane.
Okay, give me 1 minute.
Look with your eyes, not with your hands.
She sort of squints at it, and she's just like, She's like, well, it looks like a sword. It looks like a sword to me. I think you'll need an appointment. I can book you in for a week after tomorrow.
Do you really want me? Oh, okay.
What? How are you trying to persuade her? Were you giving her the eye?
I was gonna go
Yes.
down that direction.
Well, you failed. She's like, I don't know what elves are like in your time, but this isn't my sort of cup of tea, my lady. I'm flattered and everything, but you still have to make an appointment.
I gesture to Valashul. This one's for you.
What? You're a girl.
Sure. Just stares wide-eyed for a moment, realizing what Gland was suggesting, knowing he has
See.
no skill in it whatsoever.
Just believe my womanly wiles would work on this one. You try.
And you believe I have manly charms.
Yep.
You've seen me talk to women.
That is true. You got beat by a woman, so why I think you could charm one, I've got no idea.
Are you going to try and charm her?
No?
Nope.
I'm gonna go knock on the door if there is one to the office. Is there a door like...
Yeah, there is a door. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just gonna go and knock.
And she's just like, excuse me. As she sort of kind of runs over to try and stop you, the door opens, and this sort of this young boy sort of kind of walks out, and he's just like, oh, what is this business? Why am I being disturbed Daisy, why are they letting? Why are they? What's going on? He says, I'm sorry, Doctor. They insisted to see. I told them they needed an appointment. Who are you? Who are you?
I am Draken of Clan Dragonborn. Oh, Golden Mane. I need to speak. I'm fresh from the Battle of Silkside, where we fought alongside the Althea Taunt. I need to speak to a seer, and she said to speak to you, and only you, Yuki Hauser.
He sort of looks at you and he goes, Daisy, cancel all my appointments. Come in. And she's just like, but doctor. And she's like, cancel all my appointments. And she's like, okay. And she sort of goes off and beckons
She
you.
just leans over to her and says, thank you.
Yeah. And sort of beckons you into the room.
Can I cast perception on this? Would be seer
Child.
that seems like a young boy.
Yeah.
See if I can notice anything about him.
Yeah.
Is Landra suspicious the fact that he's a young boy?
Yep.
Do you know who Doogie Howser is?
No.
This is lost on you. But this is basically what happens in Doogie Howser. The program is like, he's young and therefore we have to question him as a doctor. Basically, he's a teenage prodigy as a doctor.
15-year-old qualified MD.
Yeah.
To be fair, Draken is only 16.
Wasn't he like sort of like?
Landra's
120,
120, so she's suspicious.
Yeah. Yeah. You can roll me. You can roll me a. Yeah. You know, he's a young boy. You know, you're still going to be suspicious of him. You know, as far as you're concerned, young boys don't. You know. And he sort of kind of sees you looking at him, and he's just like, "You doubt me, don't you, Galandra Rivenstar?" And he sort of cocks you a wink, and he says, "Please take a seat," and makes you sit down.
I've not come across a doctor of such young nature before.
Well, I'm trying to think of something smart to say.
I'm gonna have to look up Doogie Howser now.
I can't believe you've never seen Doogie Howser before. you know who it is.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris. He plays Barney in. He plays.
His first leading role.
Yeah. It was first like major role. Yeah, but
I'll have to see that because I love him.
Yeah.
I've just dropped something in the WhatsApp that you want to see.
Would you like to see more? If you ever saw Starship Troopers as well, he's.
Yes.
You liked him.
Oh yeah, he was.
Would you like to see more? So he's just like, you know, well, I'm very gifted, it would seem. I was brought up in where is he brought up? I was brought up in the slums of Eastgate, but my family made me join the Mages College, and I was acing all the tests before I was 6 years old, and from then I went to master as a seer, and here I am, 16 years old, and wondering what you need.
Very well. Oh, you look so young.
You are able to communicate over long distances. Are you not?
I am indeed.
I need to speak to my queen.
Do we have a name for your queen, by the way? Did we name her?
Yes, you're gonna ask me for a name, aren't you? Which I've completely forgotten.
Yeah, well, I've forgotten as well. Sorry, so you know.
Okay. Give us...
We can type this in afterwards, but yeah, forgot.
Yeah.
Queen. I think it's an A or something, doesn't it? Doesn't it begins with an A? Does it?
Ember.
Is it Queen Ember? I've got World Anvil open here. I can do some quick shifty. So yes, sort of Lysander Taunt is there is Lady Taunt's father. So Dragonborn, the Dragonborn, or is it under Goldmane? Will it be under Goldmane?
Golden Mane.
Yeah.
Well, I came up with like all the names of the different dragons.
Yeah, so it'll probably be here.
What's my Dragonborn list?
Golden Maid, Queen Ember, yeah, led by Queen Ember.
Oh, I got it right.
Yeah, Queen Ember. Okay, so your Queen Ember, would it be?
Yes, Doogie.
Right. Okay. That's Dr. Hauser to you, please. And he says, "Please take a seat."
Yeah, Draken looks for a seat that's capable of taking his
bulk
weight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And he looks Tharval up and down. He says, "And what can I do for you, Ranger?"
I was here to see the mage.
The mage? Ah, you're in the wrong place then. He's downstairs.
I can wait.
Yeah. Okay. And you, Paladin, what can I do for you?
Nothing. I'm only here to accompany Draken.
All right. Okay. Wow.
Don't do Val.
So many people. And Galandra, what can I do for you?
I hope to see some form of mind control whereby possibly through herbs I could safely perceive the darkness inside me and use as a window, as a gate to possibly see any further corruption plans.
Okay. The corruption, dangerous work that.
I'm aware.
He's just like,
The darkness resides inside me, and before we try to dispel it, I wish to maybe use it to our advantage.
And he's just like, okay. So you're basically what is it you're looking? You basically want it. You want to sort of.
I want him to put me into some sort of like trance, but in a safe trance where I'm not gonna freaking die.
Is there such thing as a safe trance?
To be able to use it as like a third eye, like a window, and just kind of like see through any sort of visions, like plans of where things are gonna, the next like attack is gonna happen, or the next foothold that they want to take.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he says, okay, please take a seat over there and I will get back to you. In fact, he's just like, he says, like, I may be able to kill two proverbial birds with one stone. So he says, we need you two to sit together, and he says he basically gets you to face each other. So you and Draken, and he says, I want you to place your hands, your palms out, one on top of each other. And he basically sort of gives you these. He gives you these sort of these herbs and stuff. So he starts sort of kind of lighting sort of incense and things around you, and he starts sort of basically he sort of gives you these little vials, these little tablety things, and he sort of kind of gives one to you, Galandra, and he gives one to Draken. You take these tablets.
Tharaval and Val in a, keep an eye on us type of thing while we're under things before we do.
So he gives you the tablets, and let me just see, and he's just like
whole storyline from you now out of nowhere.
Pulled storyline. Well, so he gives you the tablets, and okay, Galandra, you start convulsing. You sort of, as soon as you start, you take that tablet. You sort of kind of start, you sleep, but then you start sort of kind of convulsing within your trance states. Draken, you start sort of twitching slightly. As you start seeing sort of kind of images flashing before your eyes. The rest of you is sort of, when you're outside, you basically see this happening. So you see them sort of kind of like this, and like Galandra is sort of is starting to sort of kind of convulse slightly. Well, not slightly. She's convulsing with the tablet, and Draken is starting to twitch.
Okay, Tharaval runs in and says, "What have you given them? What is happening?"
And he's just like, "Hush, leave them be. They need to go through this."
Okay.
Are you leaving them? You're letting them be?
I mean, I'm just gonna keep watching over. Valashul's gonna keep watching over, but if they've got to go through this to get to what they want, then he's willing to watch it play out.
Okay.
If any harm should come to either of them, then it'll be taking out a new doctor.
No pressure.
Okay. So Galandra, your convulsions start sort of kind of you start getting sort of kind of worse. You're sort of, your hands start, there seems to be like a glow coming from in between both of your hands, like sort of visible electricity, sort of kind of hitting both of you, and it seems to be sort of kind of going between you both, making you shudder. I am going to leave it there because I would prefer to
something actually planned.
Yeah, something a bit more.
That's fair.
Yeah, something
I'd
a bit
rather
more.
have actual storyline than just plucking out. I think.
Yeah, I've got an idea of what's going to go, but I'd rather sort of think about it, and then I can sort of I know where both of the directions are going. I just would I can sort of kind of think about the conversations.
Flesh it out a bit.
Yeah, I can flesh it out instead of just sort of throwing in random stuff that's in there and stuff. So we'll leave it there. What we'll do is I'll jump to. We can do Tharaval's.
I was going to ask one thing, if from the seer that I just sort of thought of, if there's any way that I can make a sort of psychic connection with Rin as a twin, because they tend to have that sort of. If the seer can do that, but again, if we can come back to that at some point, if it's even possible, like, but.
A psychic connection. Have you got any? He says, do you have any of his? Do you have any items that belong to your brother?
I have a gold bracelet.
Was it his gold bracelet?
I believe so. Wasn't it his?
I thought it was Tharaval. I thought it was sold in the sister's bracelet.
Oh, he had the locket. That was the
she had
locket.
the locket,
Yeah, the bracelet. The bracelet is yeah. So you got the bracelet. He says okay. He says then, he sort of sits you down, and he says, cross your legs, close your mind, hold the and he sort of basically says, cup the bracelet in your hand, and he does the same thing. He sort of kind of lights incense, gets the sort of, and then feeds you basically this tablet. Okay, Val, you're basically on your own. The others are sort of kind of in transit states. What are you doing?
Not taking a tablet, I hope.
No, I'm not. No, I'm staying put. I've got Aura of Protection just in case they need to make saving throws.
Oh.
So
Cool. All right. Okay, so we'll go to the library and then we'll finish off. We'll do the library and then we'll end it. Okay, so you just walk into the library. It's, Thomas remembers the library pretty much from the last time. It's a big, expansive place with books from all over. Anything you could probably want to read is in there. So, what are you looking for?
I'm going to start off by resisting the urge to give Thomas a tissue. If we go over to the librarians or a librarian, and I introduce myself and say that I'm, just explain that I'm looking for some information about my past and my origins, and would they have anything like that within their collection?
So she's like, what? She's like, what would your origins be?
There's a bit of a big war a couple of 100 years ago. You might remember it. Ended, almost ended up with the end of the world. And
the Portal War, you say?
Yes.
And she's like, yo. And she sort of kind of looks at you and she's just like, by Jove, you're a bloody Warforged. By God, a Warforged in my library. And she's like, oh, the history section is over here. You can find much about the Portal War over there.
Okay, thank you very much. So,
Thomas, are you just helping him?
I am, yeah. I guess we're looking for books on Warforged then.
Okay, so give me a investigation roll with advantage because Thomas is there. Boop.
I thought so. Was it me doing the investigation roll with him giving me advantage?
Yeah. Give me a roll without advantage then, because he's giving you an 8. So.
One sec. I did try. My computer's just having a moment.
14. You find sort of books on, you find books on the Portal War. You find stuff about Warforged, but you haven't found anything that sort of points to anything that sort of relates to in the history section. You don't find anything that sort of relates to how a Warforged is made or anything about it's just literally what they did, how many their numbers, their creator, things like that.
So would this be an appropriate time? So would this be an appropriate time to try and catch the eye of the librarian and ask if possibly for a small, maybe I could discuss a few things I can recall from my times before, if that she would be willing to help us?
Yes. Oh, indeed. What is it you need from me?
I need to learn a bit more about how I was made. Really, as you can probably imagine, it's all well and good walking around as I am, but I don't really understand how I am, if that makes sense. And I didn't know if there was information about that here, so I could better kind of understand how I came to be and what I can, so I have a better idea of what to avoid, for example.
Yeah. She's like, are you aware of who your creator is?
I'm trying to think. I probably need to do a history check for that, really, don't I?
Yeah. To be honest, she's gonna know. She's gonna know who your creator is. She's probably pretty worse. Bloody, what this dog? Just, I'm gonna have to get this dog in for. Just talk amongst yourselves for 1 minute while I grab this dog.
Find out who made you,
Be useful knowledge.
and if he's still alive.
That's very unlikely.
If it was an elf, it would be.
Yeah, it's
What's
true.
the name of the guy who made Edward Scissorhands?
Johnny Depp.
Made or played?
There you go. Got him in.
Both, didn't he?
Defending his land. Okay. So she. I can't remember if I gave you a name of the I know you sort of had a vision about it.
I included like my background in my history, and I wrote a lot of stuff in there. I did an extra article, but I named my creator. I talked about I talked about the history of the Warforged, but I didn't name people.
Yeah. Okay.
I talked about a college of mages and other artisans and so on and so forth.
Okay. Well, she looks at you and she says, he is called Toristel Battleshaper, creator of the Warforged. He is from the land of Vimbor, and the city of where's my Photoshop thing I had open here so I could see these things, these names. There it is. And from the city of Demdur. From the underground citadel of Demdur.
Do you have any books around about him?
We do in the biographical section, and she sort of kind of points you over to the biographical section.
I say thank you, and obviously ask her if she has any questions that I could discuss, or would she like me to come back later?
She's just like, I would, if you wouldn't mind, like to take some accounts of your travels and of your memories, so I can put them into our historical section.
I would be happy to come back and do that a little bit later. I should warn you that I am still a little tiny bit rusty around some of my memories due to the way that I was left dormant for a long period, but I'm happy to do my very best to help you with your questions.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Okay, so she sort of kind of bows and sort of walks off.
Guess we need to go looking in the biographical section.
Yep. So you've got the guy's name down just in case I forget.
Crystal Battle Shaper.
Yeah, so I'll copy this here.
Very fitting name.
Toristal Battle Shaper. I'm going to stick this into the world anvil just to make sure I've got a name of it. Okay. Toristal Battle Shaper. There we go. Okay. So you go give me a roll then on the dice for with advantage because of Thomas.
That sucks horribly.
Yeah. There's history books and stuff about him, about sort of, it sort of kind of reflects the history that you have already read in the other books, but there's nothing that shows any sort of plans or anything relating to Battleforged or Warforged even. Sorry.
Any thoughts, Thomas? Seem to have been unsuccessful.
I take it I can't roll now if you've given Marky.
You're helping him, so no.
I'm afraid I'm at a loss, my friend.
Would it be possible? I know it's probably dangerous to let you in that section for if I want to leave within the next week or so. But is it possible there might be something in the magical section? Being as I'm kind of a creation of magic to some extent. Would you believe?
I think what you could do is you could give a description to the librarian ask her to have a look for it, to help you look for it, or if you can't find it now, and I've just had the biggest deja vu in my entire life, like I just said this shit before, but yeah, so you can ask her if she can look for it for you. It's a big library and stuff like that, so it may take a bit of time within your downtime, and she could try and find it for you, I guess.
It's worth a go.
It can't be that much worse than we've already managed.
Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. We can leave it there then, and we can carry on. I can do the expanded story instead of the footnote story through Discord. There we go. Got the words out. We can get through Discord. So we'll leave it there. So basically, we've got Draken trying to communicate with the Queen Ember. We've got Val sort of kind of standing, making sure that nobody within the trance sort of become any harm becomes of them. With Tharval's trying to communicate with his brother. Galandra is currently in a trance and spasming, trying to sort of commune with her inner darkness. Lance and Thomas are trying not to burn the library down. And that's...
I don't think that's what Thomas is doing.
Yeah. And obviously,
It's like an
as
adult shop for him.
as other stuff goes, you know where Sir Tristram is. You also know where Rin is. So you'll need to look at a map. Basically, I'll put up depending on where you want to go after this and stuff. But we can do that after and stuff.
I think we're doing like personal stuff, then armory. Talk to the taunt person about the fortress, and then head off
Figure out what next.
head off to where these may lead.
Yeah. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have that done in downtime, and we'll have a new place to go to with map, depending on how long these guys take to do their thing. And then we can decide on where we're going. If we're going if we're going west, if we're going south, or if we're going... We've got three options, basically. You've got...
Southeast or west?
Well, you've got west, southeast, or east, because Vimbor...
Yeah, we've got Cragmere.
Cragmere, Vimbor,
and
and Kyrelia. There's also, depending on what happens with the Artificer and stuff, he may send you off somewhere else as well, potentially. So.
Well, yeah, I could see where the darkness is going as well. So. Yeah,
so there's a few directions that could potentially lead you off into different areas and stuff. So that decision needs to be made before next week, or there's going to be some more making up of stuff on the fly, which I don't really want to do. So we need to get. Yeah, and I'm not doing things for all of them because I don't like doing stuff that doesn't get used. It makes me sad because I don't like shoehorning things in, and I'm just so I just kind of want you to make decisions, and then I can go right. I can tailor it to that and stuff. Right. Okay. So we'll leave it there. Cool. A lot less intense, more sort of mellow.
Storyline.
Yeah, more storyline.
Kicked in the nuts. That was pretty intense.
Yeah, you got kicked in it. You got kicked
I gave
nuts.
chase to a child. That was pretty intense.
Yeah. Come back, little boy. Candy. Candy.
Pictured that like a Jason Bourne chase scene.
Yeah.
Like sort of down the alleyways and things like that.
Jumping over boxes.
I was getting that amulet back. I wasn't having that.
It's an awful lot more thrilling than Valishul's performance in the eating competition.
Yeah. One of these days he's going to win. One of these days.
It'll be an important win too.
It'll be an important win.
The 4 points with the purge poison, and then promptly managed to throw it all away.
Lesson learned: don't challenge your friends.
That was a friendly wager, alright? It's different when you're trying to smash me in a door.
Fairly done. For honour.
For honor.
Honor.
Right.
Challenge people at things you're good at.
Yeah.
I thought I was good at stuff.
You are. You just had some very bad rolls, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just.
Two crits in a row, that's pretty bad.
I bet I
Yeah.
can take more hits than any of you.
Yeah, true.
Losers instantly. Oh, great.
Well, the thing is, you would have had she not used her out of the box thinking. You would have won that battle by attrition alone. So, right.
I didn't know that.
He would have. You wouldn't have had enough spell slots to deal with it. He has got 20, or he's got like 30 lay on hands.
30 charges of lay on hands.
Yeah, so he would have literally topped himself up. So you wouldn't. There's no way you would have just chipped at him, and then he would have just gone lay on hands and gone right back up to the top again. And so he would have just had you eventually. You wouldn't have had enough spell slots to deal with it. So.
Look, these spell slots I've got, just like my trait. I've got a trait to heal. I don't need a spell slot to heal myself.
Yeah, but your heal is if you heal somebody else, they get on.
That's a secondary one. I've got my main divine heal that I can just heal constantly.
What does it say?
Like a divine heal on my traits thing.
That doesn't help me in any way, shape, or form.
I haven't got it up on the thing. I've closed everything down. Now.
Is this just something that you've made up, Danny?
It's not.
Is it not?
I've used it before.
It's all right. I've got it here. Let's see what we've got. Is it called Divine Heal? Ritual, Discipline of Life, Fey Ancestry Trace, Dark Vision, Mask of the Wild, Shelter of the Faithful.
Channel Divinities bit.
Channel Divinities, basically. You can turn undead.
No,
Pressure. Blessed Healer. What does that do?
That's just where if I heal somebody else, I get healed. It's in between. It's in between Turn Undead and that Blessed Healer.
Channel Divinity. Turn Undead. Channel Divinity. You gain ability, channel divine energy directing from your deity, using the energy to fuel magical effects. You start with 2 such effects: turn undead, and if determine your domain, like use a channel divinity, choose. So is it the life one? Discipline of life. First level, your spells are effective. Whenever you use a spell of first level or higher, restore hit points to creature, and creature gains additional hit points. So you don't have anything for you. No. You're a buff. You buff people. So
there's a freaking. You're not finding it. There's a freaking heal thing in there somewhere that says.
Well, it could be a spell, but like I said, it's going to use a spell slot.
Spell.
Right. Well, you can prove me wrong, Danny.
I'll find it. I'll screenshot it in Discord or WhatsApp.
Right. Okay. All right. So, there's Blessed Healer. Blessed Healer.
No, that's just where I get healed when I heal other people.
Well, it's not Turn Undead. It's not Channel Divinity. Shelter the Faithful. Perform the rituals ceremonies daily. You and your expect to receive free healing and care at a temple or shrine. Is that the one you were talking about?
I'll screenshot it and put it on WhatsApp. It's there.
Shelter of Mask of the Wild. It's not Mask of the Wild. It's not Dark Vision. It's not Trance. It's not Fey Ancestry. It's not Discipline of Light. The only one it could be is Ritual Casting. You can cast a cleric spell as a ritual spell, a ritual tag. It's none of those. So it's going to be a spell.
I literally used it like 3 times during the last few sessions. It's there.
It's a spell, which means it's a spell slot.
Fucking spell.
Cantrip.
Oh, it's on my traits page.
I don't think it is. Anyway,
what did I start?
You can prove me wrong. As it stands, I'm saying if there was a war of attrition, Val would probably beat you. But you can prove me wrong, Calandra. You do that. And...
Fight me again. Come on. I've at you, vile beggar.
Yeah. Because he literally has enough healing for himself to sort of kind of just go boop, 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 and just touch himself in special places.
Ammunition to never ever use any of my healing spells on him. Doesn't need it, does he?
Wow. But I forget.
Doesn't need it.
Like I said, you can tell me because I'm interested. If you can do that, I don't remember you using it to be honest. But if you can do it, then by all means do it. You can show me it. But I've gone through all your little traits, and not one of them does the "I can heal myself infinitely forever" thing. She's looking for it now. Anyway, we'll leave it there. And then you can Discord it or WhatsApp me with your find and your fuck you. Here it is when you do find it. So we've all got directions we can go to. We've got hopefully some decisions and everything done before next week, so I can get some stuff made. Other than that, we will leave it there. So thanks everybody for watching. For tonight, I've been Matt Geary. With me has been Danny as Glandra Rivenstar.
Night, guys.
Michael as Tharaval.
Night, guys.
Wes as Valashil Nostius.
Good night, everyone.
Dave as Thomas Moonstar. Mark as Lance.
Boing, said Zebedee.
And Pete as Draken. You just... did you do anything there, Pete? You usually have it.
I didn't hear you. You cut out.
Oh, okay. Pete is Draken.
Take care and look out for each other.
Yeah, you usually have a thing you say. And it's like, he said nothing. What's going on? Mouth full of boar.
Cut out at that exact point. All I heard was silence.
Cool. All right. Night, everybody. Night.